Hello, everyone.
Oh, what up, everybody? It's good to see you. My sound machine got stuck here.
Good morning, my neighbors! Hey, fuck you! Yes! Yes! Fuck you, too!
Whoa. Sorry, headphone users. What the fuck was all that about? What is going on right now? How can it be that high? Bro, what the fuck is going on? Oh my god, dude. Something else is on here. Hold on. Oh, fuck, man. What is that? Fuck. Oh, one of these fucking audios on or some shit. Turn that down. There's one. Hold on, guys. We're not missing anything anyways. I apologize to your headphone users. Somehow, some way, all this shit got stuck on. That one's not good. One more. That should be it. Now let's try this again.
President, I'd like to ask if we can continue
Jeez.
item number 11 to next Tuesday.
Protests were
Councilmember,
stuck on the
Rodriguez.
goddamn thing here. Hold on.
Item number 11, all right.
And that would be Tuesday, July 1st, 2025.
All right, without objection. That's it? Another one, Mr. Lee? Okay. Councilmember Jurado?
Yes, I'd like to, thank you, Council President. I'd like to call item 59 special for a
Apologize,
separate vote.
everybody.
All right. Councilmember Nazarian?
Yeah, I don't know why. Sometimes it happens, that
Thank you,
multi-screen,
Council
all the
President.
audios
Item
come on.
18 for a separate vote, please.
All right.
And that's what that was when we
Any
were
more
watching
on
from last week.
My left side, all right. Mr. Price?
Thank you, Mr. President. Out of an abundance of caution, I'm recusing myself from items
It's okay.
18 and
It's up
26
unknown.
and 44.
Sorry, headphone users.
Because my wife's employer has worked with an organization.
He's
on
already
this item in the
recusing
past.
himself. Shout out to
Additionally, the city attorney
Grady.
asked me to recuse myself from item 28 because I am
All right, Councilmember
Chills,
Hernandez?
babes. Hi, Ruben. Hi, Allison. Hi, PJ.
5-9.
Yes.
Councilmember
Andrew
Yaroslavsky?
Forsaken, BJ.
President, I
Good to
ask
see
that
you,
we
Beach.
refer item
What's up, Max?
43 to the Budget and Finance Committee.
What's up,
It's
Rip
got a big
Savage,
budget
Beach
impact. It
Bum,
hasn't been
Beef
considered
Boo?
yet in BNF.
Without objection, that'll be the order. Any other specials, members? Councilmember Soto Martinez?
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. President. We're introducing a technical amendment for item number
So,
36.
guys, it
and
might
I'd
get
also like to give
spicier
comments
today.
to
They had
that.
to announce that
And then item number
they have to
50
cut
for a separate vote,
600
please.
jobs thanks to their budget deficit.
All right. Any other specials, members?
Being in the hole, 600
once,
people are
twice.
getting canned. 600.
All right. Mr. Clerk, what items are available for consideration at this time?
That's a lot of people.
Mr. President, the council may now vote on items 12 through 17, 19 through 25,
What's up, Terp?
27
What's up, Mike?
through 35, 37 through 42,
What's up, Kurt? What's up, Art?
45, 46, 47.
All right. Those items are now before us. Let's open the roll,
Bro?
close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 eyes.
Yeah, 600.
what's next?
It's all over the news.
Mr. President, the council may now
I
vote
wonder
on
if the
items
news is
called
here today in
special
the
by
back.
Councilmember Price for recusal, and those items would be items 18, 26, 44,
By the way, handcuffed
And
woman
48.
takes off in LAPD patrol car, remains on the loose.
All right, Mr.
She,
Price
she
has
was
recused
handcuffed,
himself and is
somehow
off
got into
the
the
board.
front and drove
All right,
off with the
let's
car.
Open the roll on those items, close the roll, tabulate the vote. Mr. Nazarian?
Over 600 layoffs
18
on the
for a separate
table
vote.
for Los Angeles.
Reminder?
Prepares for
yes, sir.
Thank
or
you.
prepares
Okay.
to declare fiscal emergency.
So can you
Over
run through what items we're
600
voting on
now.
one more time?
Over 600.
Yes, sir. And item 18 will be
Probably
voted
means
on
like
separately,
1,000.
And that would be.
They just want to
the
sugarcoat it
council
for
may
you.
now vote on
1,000
item
people
18
about to
now.
lose their jobs. Bad.
Item 18?
Yes, sir.
All right, item 18 is now before us. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
12 eyes, 1
I see
no.
Mr. Herman and
right,
all
what's
of the
next?
others. They're
The
with
council may now vote on
Audit
items
LA
26.
at the commission meeting.
44, and 48.
These are with Mr. Price? or
There he
without?
is right there.
Without Councilmember Price.
Without Mr. Price. All right.
With his
Open the
Star
roll on these
Spangled
items,
Banner shirt.
Close the roll. Tabulate the vote.
His old glory shirt.
13 eyes.
All right.
He's
what's next?
there. He's just across the way.
Mr. President, item 36
They're
is held
all
on the
there.
desk for
Ums in
amendment
there.
and
I've
for
seen
comments
him
for
already,
Councilmember
too.
Soto Martinez.
They're all hanging out.
Would council like to
Is this
consider
a
item
new
49
channel?
for
A
verbal
new
report and
channel?
discussion?
I don't know what that means.
One more time.
You mean new?
Would council like
It's a
to
new
move
channel?
on to
No,
item
been
49
around for a
for
long time.
verbal report and discussion?
But Noah,
We'll continue this item for one day.
is this a Navy channel? No.
Okay, sir. And that
I'm
would
not in the
be
Navy, nor have I ever been, but
Wednesday,
shout out to the
June
Navy
25th.
for all of what they do
All
for
right.
us.
What's next?
The council may now proceed to
Shout out
public
to
comment.
All right, before we do,
AA6TN.
public comments,
He's a Navy man.
members,
Shout out to Terry.
Given what our city has gone through in the past week and almost 2.5 weeks now,
Oh, here comes the sob story.
given the
Ice raids and the Trump and the tariffs.
operations of ICE in our city that seem to get worse by the day, and more families and businesses suffer. Major business districts have been moved into disarray.
Hey, Marquis.
We want to take a few minutes in every council meeting that we have left in this session, and if they're still here doing the same thing, we'll do it when we're back from summer recess. We wanted to hear from folks
Summer
in our
recess is
districts
coming up
that
because they don't
are
take enough time off.
directly
I forgot to
impacted.
tell you
Families,
guys.
businesses, schools, churches, community groups.
Never seen
and just
one.
hear from them for a
Show
few
me
minutes
one video of them in a
about
school.
the impact.
Just one.
Of,
Show me.
what's happening. What kind of support
Fucking liar.
Their neighbors can
He's
offer.
giving you the
and city can
Ethiopian
offer,
shim sham right now.
to folks who are affected. And so we'll do this district by district. We'll
Straight
go
lying
through
right now.
as many districts as are.
Not
have
one
folks
school
who are
video,
willing
not
and able
one.
to come forward. We understand
I
not
wanna see
everybody's
it.
able to come forward. But today we have our from the Asian American Drug
None,
Abuse Program,
Les
the
Paul,
Director
none.
of Youth and Family Programs, Jose Esqueda, and from Burton Tech High School, Mr. Gregory
I believe
Pettis.
it's
If they'll
3
come,
weeks.
here to my desk and just share a few words
Shrubby,
with
3
the
weeks.
council and the chamber.
Oh, you got it? Awesome, awesome, Jasmine. I'm sorry it took so long, but you know the USPS. I could have
Thank you,
drove it to
Council
your house
President.
in an hour.
I'm here to just share our impact.
But I didn't want to
in
knock
South
on your
LA.
door and
I've been
scare you.
A humble servant of the community for over 36 years now, and I've seen a lot, but nothing like this. Streets are empty. People are afraid to come out of their homes,
What's up, Tech?
walk
Thank
to
you.
school, walk to work, take the bus. We offer free events in our community. We just kicked off our summer events. Less than 50% of the people came out. We had only, in one event, we only had 25 people come out, which is sad. And now we have to revert back to what we did when COVID was here. We have to do virtual group sessions, counseling sessions. We have to deliver food to the families in need. We have to provide additional services, legal services, and it's heartbreaking, really. I mean, it angers me, it frustrates me, and it saddens me because there's a line being crossed here, folks. The line has been crossed.
Are you angry when people that live here, citizens here, don't have jobs because they can't get a job because the jobs are gone? Are you angry that when their kids go to school, they have to sit in a class with 60 others and not get taught? Are you angry at them when they go and they pay into the taxes and they go to the hospital and have to wait hours instead of a couple minutes to get in? Are you angry at that too, sir? Probably
And
not.
nice is not welcome in my neighborhood. Now,
They love to spend other
it's not
people's
just
money.
undocumented immigrants, it's immigrants across the
Just
board.
take them into your house.
My
Give
parents,
them your money.
myself, my neighbors, we're all afraid. And I'm surprised this hasn't been escalated to a higher level because back in my youth days, talking to 25 years ago, if someone was following me in an unmarked car, an unmarked uniform with mask on and coming out of their car with guns, I'm pulling out my gun too.
Okay, so it goes to show you what you are. There you go.
I'm serious.
So you're showing
I'm
your true
surprised it
colors.
hasn't happened yet.
Show your true colors.
I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet because this is wrong.
Do it already.
Just wrong.
Do it already.
I'm sorry. Before I get too emotional, I'm just going to end it here. Thank you all for your listening
No,
to me.
you just showed your true colors.
Thank you, and God bless.
You just showed your true colors. You don't need to say anymore. We know already. Just because you handed out a few American flags didn't change shit. Just because you told them
Good morning,
to not
everybody.
tear shit up
My
anymore,
name is Greg
you told
Bettis,
your
and
friends
I
to
work
not
with
tear shit
Alliance
up no
Burton
more.
Tech High School.
We get
with
it.
The Community
You're
Schools
still the
Division.
same.
I'm also a resident in Council District 8 and our high schools in Council District 8. Thank you for having
And
me
you
the
notice,
opportunity here to
you
come
notice
and
how he
speak.
patted him on his back right after he told him he'd take his gun out, right? Didn't pat on his back just for some moral support while he was saying everything. He patted him on his back when he said, I would be pulling my gun out.
Caused by these ICE activities in their own neighborhood. I think we're witnessing more than just the enforcement, but also kind
This
of
is the domestic
erosion of
terrorist
safety.
post-up.
And I say safety, opportunity,
You know,
and dignity
prop
of
up,
our
rather.
students.
He props them up.
Who on an everyday basis, we're really supposed to be uplifting and supporting.
You don't uplift your own
Now, I
community.
think in education, as a former teacher, it's important that we share stories of specific incidents that happen, because I think we see on the news and the media, and it's easy to become desensitized for these events. But behind these events are real stories, are real people, real families. So we can't become desensitized to this stuff that's happening. We had a student, Justin, who arrived at our school the last couple weeks, visibly shaken because he had saw some enforcement near the bus stop. And he assumed
Not
it was
at the
ICE.
school, of course,
You
right?
know, the anxiety.
At the
He was
bus
scared
stop,
that
down the
simply being seen could put his family in danger. Just walking with that anxiety, coming into school with that anxiety. I think for that student who was on the cusp of graduation, unfortunately decided to drop out of school because his position is, while I think at this point education is not as important, his decision to now just work and help his family pay the bills to make sure that they're safe is a choice that he made. It's not even about pursuing education. It's survival. And he did check out of our school, which is unfortunate, but we understand that he's doing this as safety to try to see what he can do in adult school so he can support his family. That's a burden that no individual should have. We had Nathan, who was a valedictorian in one of our high schools in Council District 1. He was looking forward to the celebration of the year's hard work, as any valedictorian would. His mother, who raised him, was ecstatic to go and celebrate her son at his graduation. Unfortunately, because of what we're seeing in the community, she was not able to attend and chose not to attend. Not because she didn't want to support him, because its safety and the priorities are coming first for her to stay with her family. So unfortunately,
It's a show. Enjoy the show, Sandwich. That's all
the
it is.
student
It's a show.
did not have his mother at his graduation as he provided his valedictorian speech. We also have Vladimir, another student from CD1, a student who actually turned it around, who used to struggle with being absent to school, who now has transformed to perfect attendance.
Thanks to
who
ICE.
was also excited about graduation, but also the fear of ICE and his family. He could not attend. His family is not going to be there to support him. And now schools are scrambling around to figure out, how do we stream it? How do we get it when capacity is already thin?
Not one school has ever been gone onto, but now we need to
in
stream
Council
the
District 8, we had
graduation.
Delicia, who was a senior student, and we were excited because she was. We launched our dual enrollment. She was able to get her CNA certificate at Southwest College, also with the graduation, with the diploma. Really excited time for the family, but unfortunately, her mother just could not attend because of safety. And we had students at graduation that were tearful, not only for happiness, but sadness, because there was less people in our graduation crowds. There was a lot of families that were just missing because of the fear of the unknown. Unfortunately, at graduation, we did have to make an announcement. There was an incident and caused scare amongst our families, and unfortunately,
Show me the video.
Families had to leave during the ceremony.
Show me
Couldn't
the
stay
video.
because the fear of the unknown.
Show me the video.
Our last week of school over at Burton Tech High School on Century and Broadway, as we dismissed, we had about 40 students watched ICE agents arrest 2 people outside of the Burger King as our students were being dismissed. Our school had to take protocols just to bring our kids back, those that are concerned, scared,
Sure they did.
parents that are picking up kids. And we're asking ourselves, is this going to be the new normal? Is this what we have to put our kids through? A lot of these students are students that went to the pandemic and COVID or graduation. Now we have another barrier here in Los Angeles.
Oh, there's George.
I just think it's, when we look at what's happening and what our students are dealing with, how are we going to support them? When do we, what are we going to put forth to support them? And what does that look like collectively, and how we're going to be united? I think I'm fortunate to be a public educator, servant of the community. I come from the social service system. I feel like when I work with our kids, I'm able to look at myself and say, I'm an example of what it looks like to be in the social services system and come out of it and go to school and pursue. But I didn't have none of these barriers that I had to face now that our kids are facing. And we don't want to just continue to tell our kids to be resilient. We have to make sure that we come forward and support them and organize in what we can do. So I think it's a time where we're being very divided. It's a time that we need to start to become united and really work with our city in Los Angeles.
I don't get united with folks that don't love my country,
with
that
LAPD,
burn my flag and tell me death to America.
Kids, we've worked so
tear up
hard
other
to
people's
ensure
shit.
that there's a good relationship and there's a positive relationship.
I will never
and
unify
now these
with
events
you,
that are happening with
ever.
ICE can deepen that divide. And we can go back to a time where we don't trust public safety, and we don't want to take steps backwards. We want to continue to make progress. So I do hope that we can come together and find actionable solutions and not performative experiences or ideas or anything like that, to really make some change and deliver. So thank you for having me.
You showed me
here.
how
I'm
American you
looking
are.
forward to being a part of
when
the
law enforcement
solution
comes, you
with
pull
the team.
guns on them.
Thank you so much.
We're lucky you don't pull your gun out right now,
to
right,
Gregory
sir?
and Jose.
Right?
And again, we'll be hearing from
We're
folks
lucky,
from around the
right?
city in the coming days.
I think you should pull your gun out
Madam
on law
Clerk,
enforcement and see
Mr.
what
Clerk,
happens, Tubby.
City Attorney, if we can prepare us for public comment.
Smoke.
All right, the little song and damn sham cry story is over. Everybody's a victim. We get it. Every day you're a victim. You cry and complain every fucking day here. And again, I ask you, I'll give you $1,000, Marquise. Show me the video of them in the school, on school grounds. I want to see
agenda
it.
items you'd like
That's
to
for
speak
you,
to.
Marquise,
You
and
will have
only
1 minute
you.
per item, up to 3 minutes total.
Show
for the
me.
items
Then
open
you can give
for public comment.
$1,000 to your
We will
illegal
tell you when your
alien
time is
friends
up. When
that
speaking
keep
on the
crying
agenda
about how much they didn't
you
get
must
enough
be
yet.
on topic.
I
Our
get
goal is to
enough.
get through as many speakers as we
don't
can.
get enough.
If you
Give
are
me
not on
more.
topic, or
I
you
don't
cannot
have
tell whether you are on
enough.
topic,
Give me
you will get
more.
one brief
Give me
warning from
everything
me or the
that's
council
yours.
president. At that point, you need to get immediately and clearly on topic. If you do not do so, or if you again stray off topic, you will forfeit the rest of your speaking time, and we will move on to the next speaker. The items open for public
How
comment
about
on the
having
agenda
smaller
today
families
are items
and stop
1
bringing
through
kids
10
into poverty?
and
How
items
about that?
50 through
How about
60.
that?
Again, the items open for public comment on the agenda.
How about waiting to
are
have
items
10
1
kids
through
when you can
10
afford yourself
and
in the
items
first
50
3 you
through
had?
60.
How about that?
Item number 11 has been continued.
I don't give a fuck what color your
Members
skin
of
is.
the public
How
may also
about
speak for up
that?
to 1 minute for general public comment. During general public comment, members of the public may speak to any of the items or anything else within the city's subject matter jurisdiction.
Whose streets?
A
LAPD
couple
streets,
more
Jack. We found that out.
announcements if I could have the Spanish language
They
interpreters
found
make this
that
first
out.
one
We
allowed to
found
the
that
room,
out.
please.
It's LAPD streets.
If you require a Spanish language
48 hours,
interpreter,
it was done.
Please make sure to pause every few sentences so the interpreters can interpret.
I'm still waiting for the videos of anybody. Anybody send me a video of them in a school. I want to see. I've heard a whole lot of this.
Don't
I ain't
worry.
seen one
we will
video.
Pause your time while
Nothing.
the interpreters are interpreting, so you will get the same amount of time as everyone
Every
else.
kid I know that's 10 or older has a fucking phone, and you're telling me none of them filmed it? None of them? They love to film everything. 37 kids filming one kid getting beat up
one more
in
announcement.
a classroom or in a
As you can see,
bathroom,
we have a lot of
but
people
nobody
here.
with the ICE
In
videos,
order
huh?
to help us run an efficient and quick public comment period, we would ask that you please wait until you hear your name called before lining up to speak.
I get it.
So again, please
get it.
wait to hear your name called, and that's the name you signed up under. So if you used a pseudonym
Insane.
or another name, it'll be that name before lining up. The order in which we take speakers is not necessarily in the order in which you
Some
signed
old
up.
school
It
crime?
is randomly generated in
got
order
the
to be
new school,
fair.
Jorge.
So again, please wait until you hear your name, and then you can line up on your left-hand side of the council.
That's what I'm saying, Robin Hood.
And
Everything.
before we start, I want to
film themselves committing
Hernandez
crimes.
has a technical
So you're
amendment that
telling
we
me
wanna
when
get
the
on
other
record
people
before
commit
public
crimes
comment
against
starts.
them, they're not going to film it?
Thank you, Council
Oh, the
President.
blimp is here.
The technical correction is in Directive 2, and it should read Westlake Redevelopment Project Area for the Maya Corridor Project, not Westlake Graffiti Abatement Project. The amendment will circulate.
Who did
shortly.
all the graffiti? Was
Thank
it
you
your
so much.
voter base
All right,
that did
we'll
all that
proceed with public
graffiti?
comment.
You
Calling
ain't
names.
out there cleaning it up,
begin
and so
calling
or
names.
neither are they.
Pamela Agiston, Tom Oman, and Matthew Carson.
Say Tom LaBonge. I think he says something a little different.
So again, if you hear your name called, feel free to line up in any order, and then come to the podium.
Not one of these people went out and cleaned up after their voter base fucking ruined everything. The
Good
people
morning.
they
Which
love so
items
much.
would you like to speak to?
Item 48.
You know, if it was MAGA, they'd
You
be
have
all
1 minute
about
for
it.
the- actually, I'm sorry.
this.
Item 48 is not
MAGA,
open for
they
public
have to
comment, but
rid
you
of
can
us
speak to it during
graffiti.
general. So you
They
have 1 minute for
burned
general
Wemos.
public comment. Go ahead.
They're terrorists.
I'm here. My
Other
name
ones
is
are
Matthew
freedom
Carson.
fighters.
I am asking that you support and have them to sign
Tom
the
Holman.
contract for Stay Housed LA. I have benefited from it and am still benefiting from it at this present time.
Hey, Fog.
I'm facing eviction, and I do not want to become part of the unhoused
there's Herman.
community. And without this contract,
Don't get kicked
that
out.
is
Sit down,
very
dude,
possible.
please.
So we're asking that you please get this contract signed. It's necessary for each and
Yeah, they did,
every one
Cannibal.
of us to stay housed. And we don't have any other option at this point. So we would greatly appreciate you expediting this as soon
Not my
as
fault, Mike.
possible.
It's the caffeine. It's not even my dealer's in the room. But I haven't had any of
Councilmember
my
Rahman.
dealer's coffee yet. I'm on the end of my
If I
Pete's.
could just make a brief announcement, I know many of you are here
fault.
because of Stay Housed LA and reporting about some administrative challenges that the city has faced in moving the contract forward. I wanted to make sure that everyone was aware
Probably,
that there is
Cheryl.
an item on Friday's agenda that addresses the ongoing funding for this tranche of work and should get us to ensuring that there's no gap in services and that there will be no residents who are impacted by any of the administrative challenges. And I will do everything in my power to ensure that whatever is passed on Friday does that for us. So I appreciate all of you coming out today. We hear you.
Over
Believe
600,
me, I know how
and
important this
over.
work is and continuity is. And our office is working very hard to ensure that there is no break in this, despite some of the other issues that we've faced in moving this forward. So I just wanted to clarify that for everybody and to say if you have other questions, you're welcome to reach out to us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Rahman, the chair of our Housing and Homelessness Committee. Let's go to our next speaker.
Jessica Prieto, Kyle Nelson, and Vidal Rivas.
Vidal Sassoon. Remember Vidal Sassoon? Is that still around?
Good morning. And which items would you like to speak to?
General public comment.
Sorry, his other
Okay,
cam
so 1 minute.
decided
Go
not
ahead.
to show up.
Hi, my
today,
name is
so
Jessica with
gotta
the
use that
Liberty
one.
Hill Foundation. I've worked for Stay Housed LA for 5 years. We demand City Council extend the contract for Stay Housed LA 1 year and fully fund the Stay Housed LA program for this period. Without an extension, nonprofit legal aid providers and community organizations will be defunded on July 1st, cutting off services for low-income, undocumented, and at-risk tenants. We support tenants in each of your council districts with legal advice, counsel representation, free workshops available in over 14 languages, and case management and navigation. Liberty Hill manages the subcontracts of over 16 community-based organizations. The city's funding for the LA City organizations will be depleted in a matter of weeks if you do not extend the contract and extend the funding for these organizations. We urge the City Council to extend the Stay Housed LA program funding contract for 1 year and fully fund the program for that period. We urge the Council President and, thank you.
Thank you for sticking to the 1 minute. Just an announcement to the public here. So again, there's a lot of people here. We have to enforce the rules equally. So when you hear that buzzer go off, I would ask that you either end your comments or finish it in the next couple words.
Shut up.
And we appreciate your cooperation with that.
Oh,
If you
pumpkin
run
head.
out of time, or if we run out of time to
Calabaza.
take you as a speaker,
Thank you,
can always
Calabaza.
provide written public comment at lacouncilcomment.com. Again, that's lacouncilcomment.com, and you can find that at the top of the
Cabeza
agenda.
de
Good
calabaza.
morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
I'm going to speak to general public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute.
Pumpkinhead
Go ahead.
over here.
Great, thanks. Hi, my name is Kyle Nelson. I'm a CD5 renter and Director of Research and Policy at SAGE. First, thank you for enacting the Right to Counsel program ordinance. Second, I urge the City Council to
No,
immediately
Antonio.
extend the Stay Housed LA contract for 1 year and to fully fund the program. Tenants depend on Stay Housed LA to defend themselves against eviction. Program staff depend on it for their income and job security. And you, the city, depend on it to help prevent more tenants from becoming homeless. What are we doing here? There is not a single downside to extending this funding. You and the majority of voters in the city of LA literally already voted for
Señor
this.
Calabaza.
Enough of this manufactured crisis. Please extend Stay Housed LA's funding. Thank you very much.
Cabeza de melón.
Before the next speaker, I'd like to call a few more names. Eddie, Luis Asturias, and Rose Kwok.
Rose Kwok.
Morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
Name is Rose Guac.
nombre es Vidal Rivas.
Buenos días. ¿Sobre cuáles temas quiere comentar, señor?
Mi nombre es Vidal Rivas, vivo en el distrito 13. Voy a hacer un comentario público. Voy a
A
leer
general
en,
public comment.
en español.
Tiene un minuto, adelante. My name is Vidal Rivas from District 13.
La propiedad donde pago mi alquiler ha sido vendida a
It's
otro
always that way.
dueño.
The property where I pay rent has been sold to another property owner,
Always that way.
Ahora quieren desalojarme.
and now they want to evict me.
Yo no tengo suficientes recursos para costear vivienda más cara.
And I don't have sufficient resources to be able to afford more expensive housing.
Por lo siguiente, no puedo darme el lujo de rentar otro apartamento.
So I don't have the luxury of being able to afford to rent another apartment.
Es por eso que junto a Inquilinos Unidos
And that's why us renters have united,
y otras organizaciones que luchan por el bienestar de nuestras humildes familias,
and as well as other organizations that are fighting for the well-being of our humble families.
pedimos al Concilio de la Ciudad de Los Ángeles
We ask of the Council and the City of Los Angeles
que instruya al Departamento de Vivienda de Los Ángeles
to instruct the Housing Department of Los Angeles
ejecutar el contrato de Stay Houses para protección de nuestras familias
to put in effect a contract for Stay Housed
Y
LA
extender-
to protect families
y extenderlo por un año más.
and to extend that period for 1 more year.
Gracias por escucharme.
Thank you for listening.
All right, so Audit LA, I'm watching her. They're all walking from the meeting now, so hopefully she and everybody else gets there in time.
Good
Good morning. My name is Pamela Agustin, and I'm speaking in general public comment and
we
also
whack-
item 48, right to counsel.
So item 48 is not open for public comment because public comment was held at committee. But
Thank
you
you
have 1
again,
minute for
people.
general. So go ahead
Perfect.
for general public comment.
Okay. Well, good morning, council. My name is Pamela, like I said. I am the coalition director of Eastside Leads based in Council District 14. And since 2020, I've worked with the Stay Housed LA County program. I'm here to ask you to hold your ground. Earlier, you passed a 5-year extension for Stay Housed. At a minimum, this program should be extended for a year along with fully funded. Why fully funded? Because the movement that's here today, my comrades that are here today, tenant leaders, legal service providers, and CBOs, we've done our homework. We helped pass Measure ULA. We helped secure funding, the source of funding for the critical programs that Stay Housed LA offers and services, which include supporting tenants when they're facing illegal lockouts or self-help lockouts from the property owners. That takes hours to get a tenant back into their home, and other crucial services that tenants need right now to remain safe in their homes. Thank you.
Thank you, comrade. Jesus, they keep outing themselves. You guys should just stop talking. Just like the idiot who says he's going to pull out guns on people. Showing why we shouldn't have you here.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
So much for authority. Again, when you're orange, you're not above the law. But when you're an illegal alien, you're above the law.
Rose.
Remember, nobody's above the law. Remember that? That wasn't that long ago. You remember that?
Harassing me, Kiwa tenant right workshop taught me what my right was. Kiwa also helped me to receive a relocation support. I need Kiwa's housing program to find me an affordable housing. Me and many tenants in Koreatown need Kiwa Housing Assistance Service. Please support Kiwa Housing Program for next 5 years. Thank you. And please vote yes on item number 48 and version A. Thank you.
Before the next speaker, I'd like to call a few more names. Victoria Enriquez, Sang Kyung Yoon, and Stacy Segarra Bollinger.
And Smoke and Scan.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
It'll be general comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
I came last week, and I'm not sure if you guys listened to me.
Is that
but
Hassan?
I'm gonna say it again. 4 cops committed suicide. 4 cops committed suicide. I'm speaking to you, members of LAPD. I see you as fellow human beings doing a job to support your family. 4 officers killed themselves after January 6th. That was just one day. This administration ordered 30 days of chaos in Los Angeles. How many cops are going to kill themselves? They're experiencing trauma. We're making them experience trauma. Do you guys realize that? These families of those officers that killed themselves, they didn't get any pensions because their families, it was ruled suicides. Do you know what Democrats and Republicans did? They gave the families a medal. Your life, your family is worth more than a medal. You have free will. You don't have to do this. But that's why I'm proposing that City Council allocate funds from the police budget to create the Humanity Fund, a fund that will provide severance packages for officers who choose not to participate in the oppression of their own people. These are your neighbors. You don't have to attack them.
Thank you, Base.
Excellent! Are you listening?
Next speaker.
Are y'all listening?
Speaker, please do not disrupt this meeting. This is your first and only warning. We need to move on to the other
speakers.
Yeah. Next speaker.
Bass player. They're gonna have a rude awakening when all their buddies BlackRock and all the motherfuckers own everything. And rent will be $10,000 a month at the minimum. Otherwise, you're out on the street.
Is the interpreter?
Or you're out of the city.
Okay. So if I could just have you reiterate the instructions. So we're going to ask which items the speaker would like to speak to. Go ahead.
General Public Comment와 안건 48.
General public comment and the agenda 48.
Okay, so 48 is closed, but you can have 1 minute for general public comment. And just to help you, if you could have her pause every few sentences so that you can interpret. I assume you'll need to be closer to the microphone. But
okay, sounds good. Yeah.
안녕하세요. 제 이름은 상경윤이고 저는 로스앤젤레스에 거주하고 있습니다.
Hello, my name is Sang Kyung-yoon, and I live in the city of Los Angeles.
시내에 계속 오르는 임대료로 인해 저는 보다 저렴하고 안정적인 주거지를 찾아야 했습니다.
Due to the rising rents in the city, I needed to find more affordable housing.
하지만 어디서부터 시작해야 할지 막막하고 절차도 복잡했습니다.
I did not know where to start, and the process was complicated.
그때 키워라는 지역 비영리 단체를 통해 도움을 받을 수 있었습니다.
That's when I was able to get help through a local nonprofit called Kiwa.
그분들은 저소득 아파트를 찾는 것부터 신청서 작성, 필요한 서류 준비까지 전 과정을 도와주셨습니다.
Speaking Korean, Shadi.
They helped me with everything from finding low-income apartments to filling out applications and preparing the necessary documents.
특히 영어가 모국어가 아닌 저에게는 이러한 지원이 없었다면 혼자서는 절대 해낼 수 없었을 것입니다.
I would never have been able to do it on my own without their support, especially since English is not my native language.
존경하는 시의원 여러분께 간곡히 말씀드립니다.
Dear City Council members, this service is not just about providing information.
이러한 서비스는 단순한 정보 제공이 아니라 우리 같이 어려움을 겪는 사람들에게는 생명줄과도 같은
It is
존재입니다.
Todd.
It's a lifeline
Had
for
some a
people
couple
like
weeks
us
ago.
who are struggling.
Korean
저와
barbecue
같은
is great.
세입자들이 앞으로 계속해서
Japchae.
필요한 지원을 받을 수 있도록 스테이하우스 LA의 5년 계약을 반드시 체결해 주시길 간곡히 요청드립니다.
So, I'm going to let you interpret that
Yeah, I
last
love
sentence, but the
Japchae.
time
It's
is
my
expired
favorite.
after this. So
Glass
go ahead.
noodles.
Okay, great. I strongly urge you to support a 5-year contract with Stay House LA so that tenants like me can continue to receive the support we need. Thank you.
Next speaker.
Yeah, Z, that's why I tell you, got to follow the more than
Good
one
morning.
place.
Which
So that
items
way you
would you
get
like
the
to speak to?
notification from X or
en
Twitter,
español.
and then you just
Buenos
go
días,
where
sobre
you want to
cuáles
go.
temas quiere comentar?
You know what I mean?
Comentario público.
General public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Un minuto.
YouTube don't like me.
Buenos días a todos, mi nombre es María Osorio y yo vengo de la organización ACE. Y estoy aquí para pedirles que por favor firmen ese contrato de extensión por 5 años porque estamos sabiendo ahorita que hay muchos problemas en nuestras comunidades. Vivimos en áreas de muy bajos recursos.
Un segundo, señora. Yes, my name is Maria Osorio. I'm a member of the organization ACE, and we are here to ask for you
Also-
guys to sign the contract and to extend that period for 5 years because us here in our communities, we have been experiencing a lot of difficulties.
Y por favor, queremos que pongan a las familias en sus hogares. No queremos verlas en la calle ni ser estadísticas más
Thank you,
sin
Tom, for letting
vivienda.
them know.
And please, we want you guys to be able to house our families. We don't want to see them in the streets, and we don't want to see them become another
So the
statistic.
Discord, Kate
Y también que apoyen a todas las
give you notice.
organizaciones con todos esos fondos.
And please to allocate all those funds that you have to support all those organizations.
Porque ellos representan a las comunidades de viviendas de bajos recursos.
Because they represent housing communities with low resources and low incomes.
Y yo soy un ejemplo de esas familias que se han beneficiado de esos recursos y de esas organizaciones.
And I'm an example of some of those families that have benefited through those resources and those organizations.
Gracias a que ellos pudieron ir a tocar mi puerta, yo pude beneficiarme de esas protecciones.
And thanks to them knocking on my door, I was able to be the beneficiary of those protections.
Con 4 niños con necesidades y yo con poco trabajo, no sé qué hubiera hecho y dónde hubiera ido a parar con ellos.
Welcome,
And with little work and 4 kids that have a lot of necessities, I don't know what I would have been able to do, and I don't know how I would have ended up with them.
Por favor, fírmenla. Y ahorita con esto que está pasando, las familias no tienen para pagar su renta ni están yendo a trabajar. Gracias.
And please sign it because right now with everything that's happening, the families do not have enough money to pay for their rents because they're not even able to go out to work. Thank you.
Yes, Rick. Some people here
Before
do
the next
speak
speaker,
English, but a
I'd
lot
like to call
don't.
a few more names. Angelina Jimenez, Javier Beltran, and Kim Davis.
Oh, Stacy, artist
Good
and
morning. Which
song
items would
title.
you like
Got to
to
get
speak to?
both.
53, 54, 59, 60, and general public comment, please.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general. Please begin with the items. Go ahead.
Thank you. Item 53 is a $115 million revenue bond to build so-called affordable housing in Reseda. I'm all for affordable housing. I myself would love to get into an affordable housing unit. I actually have been denied from a handful I've applied to because I don't make enough money to pay less rent than I do now. My concern with this is just that oftentimes the quote-unquote affordable units are at between 100 and 120% AMI, which is like 80 to 100 grand a month, which if you have that kind of income, you should be able to afford market rate housing, I would think. And I wonder why we don't do mortgage bonds instead of revenue bonds. Rather paying the developers and landlords, we should just be paying the tenants and residents. Cut out the middleman and let individuals be empowered to pay their rent or own their homes. 54 is a Valley Village Neighborhood Council street banner campaign. I'm part of an NC and they do good work, but this body only supports them when it comes to superficial things like putting up street banners or hosting movie nights. We had budget day this past Saturday and we had Katie Yaroslavsky there, we had the mayor there, and they did all kinds of waxing poetic about the challenges in the budget, but won't listen to the budget advocates' white paper. When the NCs submit legislative proposals, y'all wipe your ass with them and flush it down the toilet. So thanks for the street banner, but you could be doing a lot more. Item 59 is regarding the ICE raids. We're gonna loan the LAPD $17.3 million when the LAPD is the reason why this is costing so much money. We all agree that federal agents shouldn't be in our city, but it's the LAPD's response to the demonstrators that is costing a lot of money. And again, while the president is waxing poetic about being against these ICE raids, they're not saying jack shit about what the LAPD is doing and harming our communities and injuring protesters, which is going to cost us
New Jack
a
City,
lot in
Hoosier.
liabilities down the road. The LAPD already gets most of our budget. It doesn't make sense to loan them more. Let them take it from their own department. Item 60 is related to declaring an emergency
Menace to
because
society?
this body, along with the mayor, have done such a bad job balancing our budget that our revenue funds are depleted. Mayor Bass called Kenneth Mejia's projections doomsday projections, but now that's exactly what we're dealing with. Egregiously, you want to remove the matching funding from elections, from campaigns. And John Lee mentioned, why are we putting public funding into campaigns? Because how this matching program works is that when qualified constituents make small donations, I think the maximum is like $100 or around there, the city can match it so that candidates who aren't rich as fuck like y'all are actually have a fighting chance. So it's no wonder you want to do away with campaign matching, because you already got it in the bag. You don't want competition. I would like to call, but I guess the council's had enough. They don't really want to hear from us. Maybe they don't care at all. They would rather not even show up. About to go on recess for a month, baby. I look around and is anyone here listening? Constituents are begging you to do the bare minimum. I said, ooh, this council is corrupt. No, none of them want to bring back the funds because they don't give a fuck. Especially Nithya, Ulysses, and Hugo. Hey, I think it would be great if any of you could challenge your president on removing telephonic comment that have significantly limited access, especially folks with mobility issues, especially folks who work for a living, unlike y'all. It's an embarrassment, and y'all should be ashamed that not a single one of you is listening right now or standing up for the people.
Moxie's the winner.
Okay.
The
So
Weekend,
the
Blinding
gentleman
Light.
in the cutoff vest, you have been warned already, who's standing up now in the glasses. Mr. Chair, he is eligible for removal if you would like. Good morning. Speaker,
Who's the guy with the
which
cutoff?
items would you like to speak to?
Is that Stacy's
Buenos
husband?
días. Necesito traducción.
Okay, adelante.
Moxie, you're the winner.
Good morning, I need translation.
Okay.
Oh, hurdy-gurdy. Sorry,
Buenos
hurdy-gurdy was
días,
the
mi
winner.
nombre es Angelina, miembro
Hurdy-gurdy
de
got
ACE.
away then. I didn't
My
even
name is
know.
Angelina, I am a member of ACE, ACE.
Estoy aquí,
I guess you wanted in that room.
tal vez para exigir, porque ya no se vale suplicar. Lo necesitamos que haya más fondos para State House LA.
I am here not only to ask, but also to demand more funds for Stay LA.
Por favor, lo mismo de siempre. Yo ya no quiero ver más gente en la calle con sus niños.
It's the same as always. I don't want to see more people on the streets with their children.
Sé que están trabajando y muchas gracias por estar trabajando para los inmigrantes.
I know that are working, and I thank you for work for the immigrants.
De verdad, muchas gracias.
Thank you very much, Andrea. Really, thank
They're
you.
all a part of the same group,
Pero
Star Wolf.
necesitamos, es urgente
House de LA.
tener a nuestras familias en sus casas porque no se vale que estén sufriendo otra vez.
It is needed, it is urgent that families are in their homes, in their houses, because it's not good that they are suffering again.
Sobre todo, que los fondos que son para Stay House LA no se
So
vayan
should
a
we
otro
suffer
lado,
by
que
having to pay
sean
higher
para las
taxes to take
familias.
care of you?
And especially that the funds that are supposed to go to Stay LA do not go elsewhere, but
about
that
us
they
that are
remain
suffering
to their purpose and go to
financially
their families.
to help
Se los
prop this
agradezco
shit
de
up.
antemano.
I
And then we
thank
get
you
our
in
faces
advance.
spit in. Got it. Got it.
Before the next speaker, I'd like to call a few more names.
It'd be all fun if you guys funded it
Ana
yourselves,
Martinez,
but you never do.
Barbara Schultz,
Or either
and
to the
Luke
people that
McDonald.
say they like you and love you so much and care about you.
Good morning. Which
Especially all
items
those
would you like to speak
celebrities. None of them take them
Public
into their
comment?
houses. None
Okay,
of them
so
say,
1 minute.
hey,
Go ahead.
let's take this
My name is
family
Javier
and,
Beltran. I am
give
the
them a
Deputy
hotel
Director
for a
for
month.
Housing- with Housing Rights Center,
Nothing.
collaborative partner
Nothing but the
organization
lip
with Stay House
service
LA
by the
program.
celebrities.
We want to thank the City Council and City Council Member Rahman for her leadership on the passage of Right to Counsel program. However, now we are also asking that the council ensures the necessary funding to provide vital services through Stay Housed LA. This funding is essential in order to fulfill the promise of a newly approved right to counsel and provide that opportunity to people to defend their places to where they live. If you do not finalize the funding for Stay Housed LA at current levels, the city will cease to provide legal assistance, much needed rental assistance,
Something to
especially
say.
now times where folks are not working because of fear, and also provide eviction prevention services along with educational clinics and workshops to our communities. Amid the increased chaos and fear with our communities caused by ICE, now is not the time to further deprive LA residents of their tenants' rights and services and maintain their housing. Thank you.
Whatever that is. They love to spend other people's money.
Good morning. General comment, please.
Okay, so you have 1
They
minute.
love
Go
it.
ahead.
Good morning. My name is Barbara Schultz from Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles and Stay Housed LA. I also want to thank you very much for
Sick, Coco.
passing a right to counsel. Finally, we are the second largest city in the country to have a right to counsel. Hooray! That being said, we now need to implement that right to counsel. And of course, Stay Housed LA is here to do that as long as we have a valid contract and enough funding to do what we need to do. We had planned for a very large growth for this coming year. So
Pretty
I
much
know
intrepid.
that you had passed a contract in April, and I do believe that you had every legal right to do that under the charter. But if you decide to go the RFP route, we're very happy to respond to an RFP. We just need enough time for that process to work its way out, and enough time and enough money, including
I need
a
more
pro rata
money. I need more
portion
money.
of the 25-26
More
ULA
money.
funding. Thank you.
I haven't got enough fucking crumbs. Give me more Democrat crumbs. Please, we didn't get enough Democrat crumbs. Please.
Hi, I'd like to do general public comment.
Okay, good morning. You have 1 minute. Go ahead.
I'm Luke. I work at Power. It's one of the Stay Housed LA community organizations. And there's an unbelievable amount of renters in LA who are being taken advantage of by their landlords just because they don't know their rights. Most people can't afford a lawyer. They don't teach this stuff in school. So it's critical that there's a trustworthy and reliable resource for information on these complicated housing laws, especially in Los Angeles, the epicenter of the national housing and homelessness crisis. My incredible colleagues have built a lot of momentum. We're constantly improving and learning from one another, and
What's up,
it would be
Charlos?
a huge waste to cut off this program, so I'm just asking you guys to figure out how to extend it. I don't really understand how the city attorney has this kind of like legislative veto power, but yeah, thank you.
And by the way, not Charlos, but Carlos still
Before the
hasn't
next
paid me
speaker,
for
I'd
my
like to call a few
Edmonton
more
Oilers,
names.
the Stanley
Elena
Cup bet
Pop,
that I won.
Nisha Vyas, and Carol Nakano.
See why I don't make the bets? JD was a man. Lost. He came in
morning.
right
Which
away and
items
paid.
would you like to speak
Shout
to?
out JD.
General public comment.
Carlos.
Okay, so you have 1
didn't
minute.
pay.
Go ahead.
Good morning. My name is Anna Martinez. I'm with Community Power Collective in Boyle Heights. And I'm here again because we cannot afford to lose Stay House LA. Let me be clear. If you let this program die, you're choosing to abandon thousands of tenants who depend on these services, not just to stay housed, but to survive. Our communities are already hurting, and now you expect tenants to face eviction alone? How can you justify cutting legal support in the middle of a housing and homelessness crisis? And let's be real, the city's attorney's job is not to legislate, it's to approve contracts as to form. Under the homelessness emergency, they cannot block this contract. You, the council, have the power and the responsibility to act. If you care about renters, if you care about housing justice,
I don't know, Weed Whacker.
prove it,
I
sign
didn't
the
hear anything
contract,
about- I
extend
don't
State
talk
House
to those
LA,
dudes anymore.
and don't abandon us. Thank you.
As soon as D left, that was it, because D was the good one. Everybody else was. I'll leave it at that.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
General public comment.
Okay,
Good
so you-
morning. I'm Elena Pop. I'm the Executive Director of the Eviction Defense Network and a proud member of the Stay Housed LA Coalition. We relied on the Council's April approval of this program. We retained cases and we hired staff. Refusing to sign the contract this close to the new fiscal year is cruel to the families we are helping, and it is irresponsible. How do I tell the 2,000 families Eden is currently helping that they will be abandoned July 1st? My staff is waiting to hear if they're going to be furloughed July 1st. If you extend for less than a year, I heard what Councilmember Robbins said, but if you extend for less than 1 year, we can't open new cases because we can't ethically open cases that we can't conclude. We have a severe shortage of lawyers. We're not going to be able to hire lawyers, so we can't guarantee at least 1 year of employment.
Get the green
also
hats.
note that due to the severe shortage of attorneys to do this work, the community-based organizations are essential in providing outreach and navigation.
Speaker, your time has expired.
I hear the green hats are fabulous lawyers. You should
Next
go.
speaker.
They're always doing nothing at protests. So why don't you go hit them up and they'll represent you? I mean, you're probably better off representing yourself, you know, but hey, green hats, way to go.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
I want a fucking lawyer, man.
Number
I
3?
want
Okay, so you have 1 minute for the item. Go
Counselor,
ahead.
man.
Good morning, my name is Carol Nakano.
Mm,
I
we're
live on the
wrong.
east
Could
north
be.
side of Berry Avenue. I'm asking the council to think outside the box on this issue. I'm proposing the streetlight be installed on the west side of Berry Avenue between 2110 and 2118, where it is dark instead of 2106. Currently, on the west side of Berry Avenue, the school is located. Vans, cars, RVs tend to park at night. There are trees on the parkway, and school has a wall and shrubs, thus making it dark and quiet. Several years ago, a neighbor got pistol whipped while getting out of his car at night. The criminals waited and hid in the darkness of the trees.
Yeah, usually that's
Had
Democrat
there been
voter
a
base.
streetlight, this incident would have been avoided.
Too many MAGA hat guys
Please
pistol whipping people.
reconsider the placement of the lights so that our whole block can benefit and feel safe. Thank you.
Just remember that.
Before the next
You
speaker,
see
I'd
less
like to call a few
MAGA
more
criminals
names.
than you-
Elisa Barres,
than you do the other side.
Mario Barragan, and Cristina Campos.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
General public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Nisha Vyas. I am the Vice President, Chief Legal Officer at Public Counsel. Public Counsel provides legal services alongside Legal Aid Foundation and our other legal services partners through Stay Housed LA. We cannot do this work without the community-based organizations that provide tenants with information about their rights and connect them to services that allow them to maintain and sustain their housing and thrive. This partnership between the city, the legal services organizations, and the CBOs is what makes Stay Housed LA innovative and effective. As we noted today at the City Council meeting, our city and our renters are made up of immigrants. If the city cares about protecting immigrants, it can show that by not letting them get evicted and lose their homes and the myriad of services that Stay Housed LA provides. Please fund it now, fund it properly, and without interruption. Thank you.
And thank you for coming in with your script. We appreciate it. The next scripted person, please come on up. Oh, here comes
Good
the
morning.
cops.
Which
Here comes
items
ICE.
would you like to speak to?
Buenos días, comentario público.
Good morning, general public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go
Tiene
ahead.
un minuto, adelante.
Sí, mi nombre es Cristina Campos, vivo en el Distrito 9 y soy miembro de ACE.
My name is Cristina Campos. I live in District 9 and I am a member of ACE.
Y vengo aquí, como venimos muchos, a pedirles, por favor, que sigan apoyando, que extiendan el contrato de State House LA.
I came, as many others, to ask your support to extend the program Stay House LA.
Es muy importante para todos, incluyendo yo estoy pasando por un desalojo.
It is very important for all, and including me. I am suffering right now from an eviction.
Mi familia y yo estamos pasando por eso, es estresante y gracias a Dios contamos con la ayuda de un abogado del programa de Stay House LA.
My family and I are passing through a stressful situation, but thanks God we have the help of an attorney provided by Stay House LA.
Así es que por favor pedimos que se mantenga el programa porque la verdad yo no podría representarme sola ante un juez.
We ask you to keep the program because truly I could not represent myself before the judge.
Somos una familia de bajos recursos que no podríamos pagar un abogado.
We are a low-income family and we could not afford an attorney.
Y tengo tiempo queriéndole decir algo a mi concejal, que es del Distrito 9, el señor Curren Price.
And I would like to say something important to my council member, Mr. Price of District 9.
Que cómo es posible que por sus intereses personales, o sea, él pidió mi voto, yo le di mi voto y él no puede votar en favor de la comunidad.
I voted for him, but how is it possible that because I voted for him, he cannot vote or do something for our community?
Just got called out. I love
Before
a president,
the next
dogs.
Speaker, I'd like to call
Hey.
a few more names. Mary Osorios.
Hey, dogs.
Sylvia.
I didn't see President Trump say anything bad, but I'd like to. I want a president who cusses.
Shit. I know shit's bad right now with all that starving bullshit and the dust storms and we running out of French fries and burrito coverings.
Yeah, we're running out of French fries and burrito coverings.
Via Argueta and Cesar Galvez.
Good morning. Which items would you like
I
to
want a
speak to?
president who cusses.
General public comment.
I want a sheriff who tells you
1 minute.
you're gonna
Go
get
ahead.
you're
Good
gonna
morning. My
get
name is
fucking
Mario Berrigan.
shot up
I'm,
when you do the wrong
I'm
shit.
with IBW Local 11 and represent
Not
over
one that
12,000 electrical
sympathizes
workers in
with
Los
fucking
Angeles.
people that kill
We
many,
are
many
affiliates
American
of the
soldiers
Los
over the
Angeles
last
Orange
few
County
years.
Construction and
And
Building
hate
Trades
us.
Council and the Los Angeles Federation of Labor. More importantly for today, all these organizations are part of the
That's it,
ULA
Dan.
coalition that is made up of 11 organizations, nonprofits, and
bad,
community stakeholders. In the labor movement, we understand that an injury to one is an injury to all. And when one of the key groups of the ULA coalition is being eliminated, we will come to its defense.
Economic-y?
Not only because it's the right thing to do, but because Angelinos voted for it. I respectfully ask that the council approve the contract extension for Stay Housed
You know, burrito
LA.
coverings.
Thank you.
Cheese, jalapenos, you know, salsa. Those are burrito coverings.
Good morning, General
And you
Public
know what
Comment.
French fries
My
are? We're
name
running out
is
of the
Sylvia
French
Argueta.
fries.
I'm the Executive Director of the Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles. First, thank you for passing right to council. And now let's make State House LA execute that contract and let us not have a lapse in services for tenants. Stay Housed LA is one of the most unique collaborations between legal service providers and CBOs who do amazing work at educating our community. Now more than ever, we cannot bring fear to tenants of eviction because there's a lapse in this contract. You had the right to do what you did on April 25th, and the mayor signed on this. Execute the contract. There should be no lapse in the services that we are able to provide to tenants who are scared about everything that's happening in the city at this moment. Don't add to that fear. You have the right to do so, you have the ability to do so, and I would say you have the obligation to do so. Please keep tenants housed, allow us to do our work. Legal representation and all of the education and workshop that we provide is critical to Los Angeles. Don't fail us now. Thank you.
Before the next speaker, I'd like to call a few more names.
And how did it just pop up out of nowhere? What the fuck is that? The fuck is going on? Hold on. Hold on. These things pop up again out of nowhere? You didn't see me doing nothing. I was smoking, not touching nothing. Oh, that's not that one. Holy smokes. What the fuck is going on here today? Is it on their side? It has to be. Hold on, there's two. What is going on? Bro, what the fuck is this? Bro, that's none of them. Holy shit. What the fuck is going on? Let's try it. I'm gonna do this too. God damn it, man. God damn it, man. Sorry, guys. I don't know what the fuck's going on, so I'm gonna just stop all these videos. Hold on. God damn it. Now I got fucking Jimmy Kimmel on here. God damn it! That fucking worthless sack of shit. What got him on here for? Fuck! Bro, what is going on? Ah, dude. I don't know what is going on, dude. All of them are paused. Where is that coming from? Straight gremlins. I don't know where it's coming from. Bro, I'm serious. Hold on, man. I don't even know what's going on. I don't know how this is doing this. There's obviously either it's on their side. It can't be because it's paused. Yeah, hold on. It's on my computer somehow. I don't know what the fuck just popped up. Nothing else is open. Bro, how am I going to fix this? Hold on. What do we got here? What's the time? 1:56 back. Okay. Let me refresh the feed. Hopefully that works for it. I don't know. Bro, what is this shit? What is that? How did it get so loud too? I don't know, Moxie. I don't know where it's playing. There's no open pages that I see on this computer other than what I have here. Oh my god, dude, what is going on? Guys, the only thing I can do is restart it. That's all I can think of. I don't even know where it's at. Don't understand where it's playing. And it's not them. Really odd. Ugh, that sucks. Hold on. This shit over here. Let's try it now. That's the only other thing it could be.
Its defense.
No.
Not only because it's the right thing to do, but because Angelina's voters.
Bro, it's like some fucking... Do we get fucking hacked by Hamas? Oh, Hamas, you done hacked us? That's all I hear. Yeah, I'm going to start it over. We'll be right back, guys. I don't know what else to say. Give me a sec. It's going to take me a couple minutes or so. I got it all stopped where we were at before. Okay? All right, I'll see you guys.